What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you guys, and today's video is actually going to be a video response to a YouTuber by the name of Nathan Jones. Great guy, great YouTuber, and who I consider to be a friend. He did a video recently talking about his favorite year of movies, and he picked 1987, which was a great video, and so I wanted to do a video response to him. If you don't know who Nathan Jones is, go and subscribe to him. He is once again, a YouTuber, but he's also a film, movie lover, movie collector. He has some great videos, guys, so please go check him out. I will leave his link, or his channel, down below. Subscribe and watch his videos, guys. Awesome guy. So I'm doing a video response to him. He picked 1987, and I am going to pick 1988. And, you know, I had to think about this year. I kept thinking there were so many great movies that came out each year, and it was kind of tough at first to pick what year. But I decided for 1988, and one of the big reasons is it was the year I was born. And so I thought, well, that's pretty easy. We'll go there, go to 1988. And then I looked at a list of movies, and there were some great movies that came out in 1988, and some underrated movies that I absolutely love. So I'm going to do my top 5, but before I get to that, I'm going to give you guys some honorable mentions. These are movies I absolutely love. If you've never seen them, definitely check them out, guys. So my first honorable mention is the 1988 remake, The Blob. Absolutely love this movie. This is a great film. If you've never seen The Blob, I highly recommend it. Fun 80s movie, great practical effects, some kind of eerie moments in the movie. Just a lot of fun, guys. I absolutely love this movie. Great soundtrack, great, again, practical effects, and overall great cast. So The Blob, a lot of faces that you would recognize. And the director is actually Chuck Russell, who directed his previous movie before this, and that was Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. So if you've never seen this movie and you love Dream Warriors, check this one out. And I think Frank Darabont wrote some of the screenplay too, so very cool. The next one is a John Hughes movie, and I don't hear anybody talk about this. It does not have a Blu-ray release yet. I do have the DVD, and that is She's Having a Baby. Great movie, directed by John Hughes, who we all know from like The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, so many great movies. But I love She's Having a Baby. This is an underrated one from him. This was one of those films that was outside of his, you know, teen films that he would direct. You know, obviously he directed more films outside of that teen, you know, genre or subgenre of films, and this was one of them. And not a lot of people talk about this movie, but I absolutely love She's Having a Baby. Great soundtrack, great moments, great warm comedy, but also emotional as well. So She's Having a Baby, check that one out if you've never seen it. I don't hear a lot of people talk about that one. Then we got another comedy that I think is underrated, and if you haven't seen it, and if you love like Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin, check this one out. That is Big Business. I'm a big fan of both these actresses, and I love this movie. You know, if you want like, at least for me, if I want like a feel-good movie or something that's going to make me laugh, I go to Big Business quite a bit. So I have to watch this at least once a year. It's a funny movie. Absolutely love it. And my last honorable mention, it actually almost made my top 5, but you know, it would definitely like rank number 6 on this list if there was like a top 6 or top 10, and that is Heathers. This is the yearbook edition, so I don't have an actual cover of it, but Heathers, Winona Ryder, Christian Slater, Shannon Doherty, great movie, great, you know, different type of teen comedy. It wasn't one of those John Hughes movies that I'm going to mention his movies. It was a different type of teen comedy drama, you know, a different movie. So, but it was a darker kind of teen movie. But I absolutely love it. A lot of, you know, quotable lines in the movie. I think it's a great film, and I don't think it's like completely underrated, but not a lot of people talk about it. So if you've never seen Heathers, check that one out, guys. Great movie. And then going into my top five, so I have a lot of different genres in this top five. I have action movies, I have a horror movie, got some comedies. So going into top five, my number five is Child's Play. So I'm a big horror movie fan. I love scary movies. That's my favorite genre of movies. But yeah, I love Child's Play. You got to mention, this movie. 1988, was the birth of Chucky. And obviously we've had a franchise since then. Some definitely better than others, but a lot of great ones. For me, though, the best one is still the original. It's a scary movie. It's creepy. It's eerie. It doesn't rely on a lot of comedy. There's some one-liners in here, but it's actually pretty creepy. So Child's Play, 1988. Had to talk about that one. Then I love comedies. I love funny comedies. I love heartwarming comedies. And I love Tom Hanks. I love Tom Hanks movies. One that came out in 1988 was the movie Big. I actually watched this. I try to watch it every November. For some reason, a November watch. Absolutely love it. I'll definitely be watching it this month. But yeah, Big. Just like again, heartwarming movie. Makes you feel good, and for me, that's, something that I need, every once in a while. You got your down days, or, if there's a stressful day, Big is one of those movies I would put on and watch. It's great comedy, great laughs, but you have just a really great storyline in here. Tom Hanks is fantastic. I love his newer stuff, or I love his movies in general, but I feel like his comedies from the 80s don't really get enough talk. I feel like Big is one of those. Even though it is a popular movie, it still doesn't get enough talk like his movies that he would do in the 90s, 2000s, and now. Just great movie here. So if you've never checked out Big, check that one out. Must watch. And then I had to throw this on here because I love this movie. I love all these movies. I'm going to say that a lot. I love these movies. But this is a go-to of mine. And it is my favorite Corey Haim and Corey Feldman movie. And that is License to Drive. Underrated movie. Not a lot of people talk about this one. Of course, Lost Boys being the first film that the two Coreys got together in. Classic film, absolutely love it. 1987, I believe Nathan mentioned that one. This is my favorite of the two Corey films. I love Lost Boys. For me, it's one of my all-time favorites. But License to Drive is just such a good, funny movie. It screams 80s, and I was born in 1988. I'm more of a 90s, 2000s kid, teenager. I was 90s kid. I'm just gonna say 90s kid. But I love the 80s. I absolutely love the 80s. I think you got some great movies that came out in the 80s, and this was one of them in my opinion. If you've never seen License to Drive, check that one out, guys. I know the Blu-ray is hard to find, but if you can even stream this movie, watch it. It is so worth checking out. And then, of course, I had to mention this movie. 1988 wouldn't be the same without Die Hard. I love Die Hard. I love Die Hard 1 and 2. Those are my favorites. Die Hard, of course, is the best. Great movie here. Some people consider it a Christmas movie like I do. And so I watch it around December, guys. I absolutely love Die Hard. For me, actually, it's a movie that gets better throughout the years. When I first saw it, I really liked it. I now love this movie. This is such a great film. It's got some funny comedy in it. It's got some great action. You got a great climax in the movie. Bruce Willis, this is his best role in my opinion. His best movie. I just love Die Hard. So if you've never seen it, if you're one of the ones who's never seen Die Hard, check that one out. And the last one, and again, 1988 wouldn't be the same without Beetlejuice, another Winona Ryder movie. I go back and forth between this and Edward Scissorhands as my favorite Tim Burton movie. I love Beetlejuice, grew up with it, like many people did, but if you've never seen Beetlejuice, check it out. But yeah, Beetlejuice for me holds up still well today. Absolutely love it. Michael Keaton, Gina Davis, Alec Baldwin, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, so many people in this movie are great. You know, overall great cast. You got some really nice practical effects, some great visuals. You know, probably not the best visuals today, you know, with the way that CGI has kind of, you know, gotten better and better, or visuals have gotten better and better. But I still think this movie holds up, and I absolutely love Beetlejuice. So if you say his name 3 or 5 times, I can't remember, that's bad. But if you say his name, Beetlejuice will come. So I think it's 3. I think if you say his name 3 times. I think Candyman is 5 times. I'm thinking Candyman. I think if you say his name 3 times, Beetlejuice will come. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. This was just a video response to my buddy Nathan Jones. I had so much fun picking out these movies, and again, I was thinking, what year do I want to talk about movies? And I thought 1988, of course, the year I was born. And there were some great movies that came out, some popular movies, some underrated gems. So if you haven't seen any of these movies, even like Beetlejuice and Die Hard, check him out, guys. Anyway, definitely subscribe to Nathan Jones. Great guy, great YouTuber, great friend. And I'll talk to you guys later. So as always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. Go eat some Skittles, and much love to you all. Bye, guys.